to today's video, I will be closing out our April budget. So I did kind of put it on a scrap piece of paper to move it along a little bit quickly because I know last time it was a bit dragged out, but you know, it's fine. So first up, I always start with the income, see what we brought in and whatnot. So Ethan, we estimated $2,500 and he brought in $2,680.93. So that means that he brought in an extra $180.93 than what we were anticipating. I estimated $1,900 for myself. I used to get paid a little bit more, but I changed my W-4 and now I get more taxes taken out. And I just do this because obviously if you watched my budget setup for this month, I might have told you that like the federal was not getting taken out as much as what it used to. And so it was all messed up. So we owed over $1,000 in taxes this year, which really stunk. So I changed my W-4 with my employer and now I get a lot more taxes taken out. So yeah, I lose about $200 to $300 a month now from that. So yeah. So I actually brought in $1,989.86. So that is $89.86 more than I budgeted. And then this other amount is going to be a little bit ridiculous, but I'll tell you why in just a second. But we never estimate anything for other income just because, you know, we don't want to estimate that we would bring in something extra and then not actually get it. But this month we brought in an extra $3,634.47. So that's an extra $3,634.47. So it is so high because we had 2 or 3 different returns that we made, which were all like very minimal. And then I also brought in over $400 for my business, my LML Stickers. Brought in $400 for the month for that. And then we also sold our camper, which is where the majority of that $3,000 came from. So we did sell a camper and that's where we got, you know, that. So we did actually bring in an extra $3,905.26 than we were anticipating, which is always phenomenal. So our actual that we brought in this month was $8,305.26. Now this is obviously definitely not a normal budget for income for us. We have never brought in over $8,000 before. If you've watched any of our other videos, it's more like $4,000, maybe $5,000. But yeah, we are actually very low income and you know, that's all right. That's why we budget and yeah. So anyways, not a great budget to go off of, especially because we had taxes come out, we sold a camper, stuff like that. So if you're trying to look at like compare my budget to your budget, this is not the greatest month to do that, but this is real, it's raw, this is what it is. Groceries this month, we spent $305.33. So we were $5.33 over budget, which is great considering I normally bump this up to like $325, $350, somewhere around there. And because we had taxes coming out and it was so much, I bumped a lot of this stuff down and we actually did pretty good, especially with the things that we were struggling with, except for eating out. That one, and you'll see why. I don't even know why it's so high this month either. It's insane. But household, we've been struggling with that for a while. I would bump it up. I usually had it $50 or $75. I bumped it all the way down to $25. While we only spent $16.17, which is really great. So we were under budget by $8.83. Eating out, this is the one that really hurt us this month. We spent $285.97. So we were obviously over budget by $185.97, which is absolutely awful. We have never been that far over budget, but what are you gonna do? Pets, we spent a total of $151.53. I definitely thought we were gonna go over budget for this one as well, but we didn't, so I'm really happy about that. So we were under budget by $13.47. That doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. Duh. Gas and anything for the car, like car washes, oil changes, stuff like that, whatever. I put that we were going to spend $125. We actually spent $141.11. And this is probably mainly because Ethan got transferred to a different plant that instead of being 2 minutes away from our house, he's like 15 or 20 minutes away from our house, and we were not anticipating that. We were not told that he was going to get moved. Sometimes you just get transferred at the last minute. So I'll definitely be sure to bump that up in May, now knowing that he is farther away from our house and he'll be doing a lot more driving. So at least I know that that's the reason why. So we were $16.11 over budget for that. Allowances, we did go over just a touch, and it was $112.62, which isn't horrible, but I wish that, like, obviously we wouldn't go over budget for so many things. Credit cards, I budgeted $309, but we only paid $315.61. And that's because I didn't realize that we had already paid one of the credit cards off. So I was anticipating the next credit card. Like, let me try to, we are like debt free, kind of. Like, we don't have any credit card debt, but like our only debt is our Jeep and our mortgage. The Kia is a lease, so I don't count that as debt because there's no payoff goal. But the Jeep we literally just bought 3 months ago, so obviously, like, we haven't paid it off. And then the mortgage, obviously, we've only been in this house for 3 years. We're not going to pay it off in 3 years when we're only bringing in $4,000 to $5,000 a month. So these are our only two, like, debts. But credit cards, we always pay off. We did have, like, a promotion. Sorry about my cat. She's very rude and likes to do this. Credit cards, we had like a promotion where we like opened up one credit card or whatever and had 6 months to pay it off with no interest, blah, blah, blah. That's the only time that we ever let it roll, is when we have a long period of time to pay it off with no interest. But if it had interest on it, then we would pay it immediately. Like, we wouldn't collect any sort of interest on it. I hope that makes sense. But so either way, I didn't realize that the 6 months was up and we had already paid it off, so I put it in here as well, and that's why we're under budget. But I mean, hey, it's better to be under budget than over budget. So that was $93.39. Then we have car insurance. I budgeted $170. It came out to $167.08. Probably gonna budget that for next month because this is what it usually comes out to be. So that's $2. Well, that came out weird. And 92 cents. Then taxes. We did have the $1,038 come out, so that was exactly that. And then I should have made a category for like home decor because I knew I was shopping for house decor this month. And I did, and I spent $131.13 on it, so we're obviously over budget by that. So I just put it in there. I definitely could have taken it out of like our house sinking fund, but I just didn't. So our total spent was $2,664.55. So we were over budget by $232.55, which, whatever. Like, we came in with a lot of money this month, thank goodness, because we spent a lot of money. So our actual savings for this month, and I don't know how I did this wrong, If you watched my April setup video, I'm sure you guys were yelling at me, but I put $2,932. That was estimated, but it was actually $2,432. So down here you might see that our potential savings was in the negative by over $600, but really it was only $127, not $627. But either way, it didn't matter because our total savings for the month, after like subtract our income from our variable and our fixed expenses combined, is $3,544.87. So that is really good. I'm happy with that. But yeah, so next up we will be closing out our sinking. Okay, so starting with baby, it looks like we only had one right here, and it was for a couple of books that I got at Marshall's. Let me switch my paper around real quick. Okay, so it looks like from Marshall's, and we spent $19.41 total. So our ending after, our beginning, adding, subtracting, so our ending is $921.77. A lot of these sinking funds did not get funded this month just because of the whole tax situation. Yeah, I tried to put this down as minimal as possible, so we could save as much money as we could for this month. So yeah, car maintenance, we did have 2. I got some new wipers for the Jeep because it was awful, and then I did run over, I must have ran over either like a heavy duty staple or like some sort of scrap metal or whatever, because the Kia did have a flat tire, but luckily it was within the tread area, so they were able to plug it, which was super nice. So instead of spending like $100, $200 for a new tire, I only had to spend about $40 to get it plugged, so that was nice. So we took it out of car maintenance, so it was a total of $81.35 between the plug and the wipers. So we are down to $458.65 for that. Christmas, we always add to no matter what the circumstances are. So like I could have easily been like, we are not putting anything in sinking funds this month, like we just can't do it. But I also was like, I would rather struggle for this, not struggle, but like I would rather put away the money for Christmas this month than stress about it at the end of the month when we really want to spend money on our friends and family and stuff. So no matter what, we always put $100 into Christmas. I know that's not always doable for anybody else, but that is what we did and what we decided to do. So we didn't spend anything on it, obviously, because it's not Christmas. So it was $437.13 that we're ending with. Clothing for Ethan, and again, I could have easily said, can't do it this month, we're not putting any money towards it. But we also kind of were expecting Ethan to get a promotion instead of transferred. So I knew that he was also probably going to have to get a couple more clothes, which is why I was like, I'm going to put more money towards that. So he didn't spend anything, and he is ending with $58.65. I also did not spend anything, so I am ending with $71.88. Entertainment, we bought some food truck tickets and we went to a carnival, so we spent $49.77. So we are ending with $49.80. Gifts, I really gotta chill with it because I spent $61.24, and so now we are in the negative still by $60.56. House, we always add to because we will need a roof very soon in the next couple of years, so we spent nothing, added in 100, so we're ending with $3,191.50. And then these 3 categories we spent nothing in. We also added nothing. So medical is ending in $51.97, pets $462.55, and $655 for vacation. So total for sinking funds that we spent this month is $211.77, and the total that is in our account is $6,298.34. But other than that, guys, that is all that we have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in our next one, where I will be setting up our May budget. Bye, guys.